Good night here, ready with the Comintern in Operation Chariot for the round 3. And to start, the CCP are buying 1 infantry and they are influencing Hopei and Beiping, spending another 2 IPP. I just used the supplies for signifying that. I don't know why that is, why this is a little bit messed up. I think this one actually, what is going on? Is this one? Oh yeah, that's wrong. This is the wrong airborne. I'm sorry guys. I took a wrong airborne. So I took one from the CCP and the Russians are buying an airborne. There we go. So yeah, that's why. Pardon that one. So again, the CCP are buying an infantry and influencing Beiping and Hopei. That should be 5 IPP. That's everything they have in the bank. And also the Russians are sending aid to the Republican underdogs in Spain. And they are sending a militia upgrade with red aid into CCP. So this is an upgrade, just to be clear. And then they are buying an airborne for themselves. So those are all the IPP spent. And moving on to tech, I have a single roll. I don't have income roll this turn. It's a turn 3, so that's for next turn. And the Russians are trying for the improved factories again. Now, I have used the Dice Maiden for all of my rolls, and I will post the results of the Dice Maiden in the housekeeping channel of the Discord, and I'm just going to announce it here so that it's on the video for posterity. So the result of the tech roll is a 12, so that's actually a hit. So I finally hit something with the Russian tech. And moving on from here, I don't have any attacks or even movement necessarily with the CCP. What's in the 100? Okay, yeah. So the 4 horses and all. Yep, everything is there. So again, the Dice Maiden was rolled for the influence roll, and that was actually a 4. So I'm quite lucky to turn also this warlord into CCP. So I'm going to do that right away. Wait, let me just signify that again. So it was a 4. Yes. And that is happening in the purchase units phase. So there's no movement going on. They're just CCP. So CCP is definitely going strong. Now the influence roll that was rolled for the CCP, again Dice Maiden, and that would have succeeded on a 4, but that was a 10. So they do not get any free units. So here's an interesting thing. Since this is rolled, the influence is rolled in the place units phase, and the CCP happened to buy an infantry, I should be allowed to place it in Hopei. But I don't think so, because it's actually, no, it shouldn't be, because it was not mine from the beginning of the turn. No. So I'm just gonna, for all sakes, I'm just going to put it into into Shenzi. So yeah, another infantry arrives in Shenzi. Also, yeah, so I can remove the supplies that happened, and the CCP are done. I'm going to right away going to drop the militia upgrade from Russia into CCP, and yeah, so one of these militia, this guy, is going to become an infantry also. And the Red 8 transfer plane is still going to land in Kazakhstan, eastern Kazakhstan. So that concludes the CCP. Okay, and the Dice Maiden role, recruitment role for Mongolia was a 1, so also a success. And that means I get yet another infantry into central Mongolia. So yeah, the Mongolia is doing pretty well. Yeah. So for Spain, this is done. Oh wait, let me just over here. I'm moving the units back into Shita again, matching the Japanese movements a little bit, since Manchuria is now kind of open again, so that's fine. Moving on with Spain, I do not want to attack anything. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be the supreme coward and move back in here. I'm dissolving this, so the gray unit marker, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to do this and see if I can set them up beautifully. Yep, here we go. Let's try it. Yep. Horses are a bit too large to my taste, but I'm going to put it up here. Infantry arrives in there. Fighter's still there, obviously. Bomber. I'm also going to move the cruiser from over here, 1, 2, 3, and put it into harbor. So it will be a militia as a defense inside Catalonia. The submarine moves up 1. That is all the movement. Now they have 5 land zones, 2 up here and 3 down here. So they would roll their recruitment on a 5. Now that was unfortunately a 12. Again with Dice Maiden, so nothing for free. So there's that, and that was it for Spain as well. Now, moving on to Russia. Russia has some ships moving. They're out here. Destroyer and a cruiser. 1, 2, 3 into Atlantic Zone 23. Up here, again, moving over the Northern Sea route, I have 1 submarine going over here into P1. So there's a Russian submarine moving to the Pacific. And this guy moves. It has 2 movements, so 1, 2. Yeah. These stay. There's no reason why they shouldn't. I already moved these guys. That guy moved, staying down here. So these two cavalry move into Transcaucasia, and the infantry, North Caucasia, both of them. Yeah. These stay in Moscow. Defense is good. This can stay up here. The light tank moves into Kola. As a matter of fact, both of them do. One infantry moves in Karelia. Let me just check something out. So he has just being diligent about the German moves. That's fine. I'm actually going to rail one guy from Kiev all the way to Karelia. Should be okay. I don't believe I railed anything yet, so that should be okay. Okay, also, no, I just changed my mind. That's fine. This is perfectly fine. So there's that. That should be all the movement, and what's left is to do place units. So the mountain for Spain goes in. So there's now 2 mountain units. Removing that one. Oh, by the way, I spent all. Yeah, let me just do income in a second. So the airborne for Russia is dropped into Leningrad, so that's on the 94th. Yep, everything done. It's fine. And so for income, the CCP should now be right here at 6, which makes sense. So they have 6 for next round. CCP saves 6, and Russia, Soviet Union is at 9, putting them at 9. Yep. That concludes Comintern turn 3, and that's over to the Japanese. Thanks.